Hi Bailey, how are you today?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Good. So what brings you in today?
Well, lately I've been feeling as though I want to confront my friend about something or just like talk to her about an issue.
Okay.
And I just don't know how to do it because we're really close and we've been friends all through college, but I still think it might be kind of awkward to talk to her about it or not call her out, but in a sense call her out on her beliefs, like how she feels. And so yeah, I don't know where to start or where to begin, like with her and the problem. But yeah, that's kind of what's going on.
Okay, so what is the issue or the thing that you're feeling that you're wanting to confront her about, like specifically?
Well, it's whether or not, and this sounds, well, it doesn't sound to me, but like she's truly believes in Jesus and like that's what she wants out of life, like, because this is why I am worried about it, is because like freshman year, we did the whole sorority thing and all that, and then through that they had like Bible studies and we had little stuff we did and we talked about it, and then we had like older disciplers that we'd meet with and stuff, and I would talk to her about it like all the time, like after that, and then we'd go to church and she see, like I knew for sure then she believed and that's what she felt, and I didn't feel like weird about how she stood in her faith or whatever, and then like over the years, she started to like do less and less and just talk about it less, and one significant thing that I think pulled her back from having a relationship with God is she dated a guy for a year, but she met him when she was working, and he's from England, and so then when I saw her, like after she'd like met him and they're like already dating, I hadn't really heard about it besides like, oh my gosh, he's so great, blah blah blah. I was like, oh, this is fun. He's from England, yay. Well, then like we were at dinner with her mom, and she was talking about how like Matt thought it was so weird that we had so many like billboards that were like about like John 3:16 or Jesus, or like how we have so many churches over here, and like he just thinks it's so silly and that so many people are so vocal about their beliefs. And when she said it like she kind of like thought it was funny too, like how weird it is. And I just remember thinking like, what? Why would you think that? Like, why is that okay? And like during those Bible studies, we talked about like, we're probably gonna date or marry somebody that believes the same thing as we do, and because that's important to us and everything. And then her mom like went to the bathroom, and I was like, is that not like weird to you? And she was like, no. She's like, I mean, he believes what he wants. And I thought that was so weird, and like I got mad in that moment, and we were like, I was with them on like a little vacation thing, and I was like, oh great. And so I got like upset, and I told my mom about it and everything, and I just feel like I need to say something to her, and I just don't know how to bring that up in like a conversation without making her feel as though I'm attacking her or like calling her out on something, because I'm not perfect either, and that's not what I'm trying to do, is like change who she is or something. But like at the same time, on a serious note, I don't want her to go to hell. So it's like I feel as though it's my job, or like God's put me here in this situation. Like I should use the environment I'm in to talk to her about it, and I don't know. I just feel pressure, and not that it's bad, because that's great that I do want to tell her, but I just don't know how she'll react to it, and I just need to find like the time or the place, I guess. But that's just what I've been like dealing with, and it's like affecting like my other thoughts or goals, I guess, because I just feel like that's always on my mind. But
Okay. Wow. it seems like you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself.
Mhm.
But definitely understandable how difficult of a situation that this can be.
Mhm.
Have you ever tried to confront her before, or is this just something you've always thought about and you just haven't done it yet? Or have you ever tried to make any sort of approaches to confronting her, or not at all?
I think I've tried to like hint things at her. Like I'll say something and see how she reacts. Like if I say like if I went to church and I would like bring up something the pastor said that I liked, like it would seem normal. It wouldn't seem like weird. And like I would try to see like how she would react to it, and like if she would talk back with me in that way, and like I don't know, like understand what I'm saying or something. And but no, I've never like literally said like, "Do you still believe in God?" or anything like that. And then she'll say stuff sometimes, or she'll say like she'll think people are like crazily religious. Like if we're watching some movie or something and someone's like super religious in it, or they do something, she'll be like, "Well, most people aren't." Blah blah blah. And like to me, it doesn't seem like they're being crazy. Like they're just passionate, or they're doing God's work or whatever. But no, I haven't ever straight out said like, "Do you believe?" or so no, I have not.
And now, do you want to confront her? Like, are you feeling like this is what you're supposed to do? Or are you in the decision process of should I confront her or should I not? Or are you in the process of I plan on confronting her, I just need to know how?
I'm kind of in between both. I feel like sometimes like I talk to my other friends about it and like my parents about it, and they'll be like, you can just like invite her to church and not really, call her out and just like pray for her and like in a way like show God through you, and like but it's like she's my friend for 4 years, so she knows me. It's not like she's gonna be like, wow, she's really nice, I think she's loves Jesus, I should too. Like we're a bit past that step. So it's kind of awkward to like ask someone who's probably already been a Christian if they still are. Like if someone asked me, I'd be like, well, yeah, like and so I feel like but I am too, like I would want to know how to say something to her, or like when maybe, or something like that. But probably more along those lines, like how to confront her.
Okay. Something that I think is always a good step in confrontation is starting it off in a specific situation like this, is starting off the confrontation with something nice to say about them.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, reiterating the fact that, like, you love them, you love how they're very, open, or even just talk about her personality, things you love about her, so that she's not automatically feeling attacked by, like, you just jumping into the confrontation and just saying, hey, like, I don't understand why you're different. I don't understand why our freshman year you said you believed, and now, like, you don't, you don't act like you believe at all.
Yeah.
And so I think the first step, for sure, is making sure that, like, you are doing it out of love for her, and that she knows that, and she doesn't feel like she's being attacked. And I think that, like, that will make the confrontation much more successful. And so I would definitely start working on that part of it, for sure. Just thinking of things that, like, are good to say to her, things that will encourage her, not so much just you just putting her down and discouraging her. So I think that that's something you can definitely start with. And then, if you are a very religious person, just continue. I would suggest just continuing to pray through these things, and just to ask God for support in this area, and just continue to maybe try to just spark different conversations with her that are religious, and just see if you can, get any information that you're looking for out of her to, like, make her feel comfortable around you, or
just to talk about that.
Yeah, just to try to talk about that, to where when you do bring it up more so, that she's not just completely like, where is this coming from? Like, I feel like you're just bringing this out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So it's not just so surprising. That way she's been kind of talked to about it from you before.
Right.
and it's not just out of the blue, and she's going to feel much more like less attacked, I think.
Yeah.
And so I think you can definitely try those things, you know, like don't put yourself in an uncomfortable situation. I mean that, you know, if you think that it's not the right time, I think I would just be patient and just continue to do what you're doing. But also just try and be bold at the same time and
see what happens.
Yeah, if
that
makes sense.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I hadn't thought about, like, not complimenting, but in a what sense,
Yeah.
you know, like making them know that this is not because I think I'm so right and you're so wrong, but that I truly care. But yeah, I can definitely do that.
Okay, perfect. So you can do that, and if it doesn't happen, no big deal. But just see what you can do this week with it, and after that, or you can just talk to me about it next week. We'll see the progress you've made, or if you haven't made any in this particular situation, we'll just talk more about it and what you could do to further that. So.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.